Joni Lamb's salary increased by 140% to more than $1 million after she became president of Daystar TV, following the death of her husband in 2022. According to an internal document obtained by the Raw report from Daystar, the final compensation evaluation for 2023 shows that Joni Lamb earned $436,000 in 2021, while her husband Marcus was the head of the Christian television network. Her total compensation jumped to $1.48 million the following year, 2022, more than tripling that of Daystar's next highest paid employee. Among the highest paid employees in 2022 was Arnold Torres, the chief financial officer, who reportedly received $300,000 as stated in the document. Jonathan Lamb, who was Daystar's VP before becoming Joni's son, told TAR that his late father, Marcus Lamb, a co-founder of Daystar and Joni's father, had stipulated that, upon his death, Joni should receive a salary equal to the total of their salaries. Among Joni's more than $1 million salary, according to Jonathan, was a housing allowance. In a statement, Daystar claimed that Jonathan had betrayed his trust by taking proprietary information that belonged to Daystar. This was Daystar TV way of responding to TAR request for their opinion. A statement from the ISP read, "A demand is hereby made that you not use the proposed salary information Jonathan provided to you." Furthermore, Daystar claimed that Joni Lamb's actual compensation was less than 7 figures, and that the amount given was totally inaccurate. They further claimed that a third-party professional compensation organization's recommendations were the basis for determining Joni Lamb's and other executives' salaries at Daystar. These suggestions were derived from similar functions and responsibilities. Executive salaries at Daystar, according to the company, were significantly lower than the market rate and the recommendations of competing businesses. On the other hand, Jonathan denied Daystar's claim. His statement during the interview with Trur was Joni's total compensation is absolutely over $1 million. Additionally, he clarified that the 2022 values presented on the paper were not provided, but were thoroughly verified. Additionally, it was noted that the salaries being proposed were for the year 2023. According to Linda Cooper, an HR representative, Jonathan was told that he could see the salaries of anyone in the new payroll system that was implemented in 2023, except for Joni and Doug Weiss. Following Joni's exacting directions, this was done. Disclosure of salary information does not present Jonathan with any ethical dilemmas, as he is in favor of full transparency. A 990 tax form is required of all nonprofits, including some Christian groups, and he noted that Daystar would be required to disclose the salaries of its top earners if it were to file one. Jonathan, who also told True Romance Report this, claims that sex therapist Doug Weiss, Joni's new husband, began receiving 6-figure salaries from Daystar the moment he wed Joni. According to Jonathan, Weiss's official title is consultant. Jonathan and Suzel Lamb have accused Joni of covering up the sexual abuse of their daughter, and the couple's daughter is now entangled in a scandal involving Daystar and Joni Lamb. For the $100,000 honeymoon she and her husband Doug Weiss spent in 2023 using a Daystar credit card, Joni Lamb is additionally facing accusations of financial misconduct. Daystar board member Tom Sender gave Joni the $100,000, as stated by Jonathan Lamb in a TRR story. Joni has maintained ever since Jonathan objected to the charge in August 2023 that she used Daystar credit card points to cover part of the $100,000 in charges and paid off the rest with her own money. According to TRR, the Trinity Foundation also managed to get their hands on some unsealed court documents. Daystar routinely included housing and car allowances in Marcus and Joni Lamb's total compensation, as shown in these documents. Evidence suggests that between 2002 and 2011, The couple received housing allowances between $75,000 and $132,000. The amount of Joni Lamb's housing allowance is currently unknown because Daystar is not required to submit IRS Form 990s because it is considered a church by the IRS. The couple received vehicle allowances ranging from $7,857 to $13,376 per year from 2008 to 2012, according to court documents. Right now, we don't know how much of a car allowance Joni gets. Trinity Broadcasting Network, TBN, is the biggest Christian television network in the world, and its president, Matthew Crouch, earned $717,189 in 2022, as the organization reported on its tax return. A total of $800,724 was paid to him that year, including a $88,900 housing allowance and $61,000 in retirement benefits. The TBN network, which airs in over 100 countries, is comprised of affiliated channels such as Smile of a Child. Daystar transmits in 50 countries, but it's significantly smaller. The internal Daystar document states that the Lamb family earns about $2 million. In 2022, Daystar distributed nearly $2 million to Joni Lamb, her children, and their spouses. In a statement it gave to TER, Daystar clarified that the company does not pay salaries with donated money, but rather with profits made from running the broadcast portion of its network. Contrarily, Jonathan Lamb confirmed to TRR that these funds come from the airtime fees paid to the network by Daystar programmers, who are in turn supported by donors. The internal document states that in 2022, Jonathan Lamb was paid $199,000, putting him in third place among Daystar employees. This was $100,000 less than Arnold Torres, who was the chief financial officer at the time. Daystar fired Jonathan in November of last year due to rising tensions. His status as the Daystar clan's presumed heir was under question prior to the escalation of tensions. The Green Room, a program that Jonathan and his wife, Suzel Lamb, co-hosted, paid Suzel $90,000 in 2022. She made $72,000 the year before, so this was a 25% increase, but it was still the lowest pay that any Lamb had ever received. In 2023, Suzel was also expected to receive a 10% raise, bringing her total compensation to $100,000. Rachel Lamb Brown, the eldest daughter of Joan Lamb, was paid $190,000 in 2022 for her work as Director of Communications. Her husband, Joshua Brown, a producer for Daystar, allegedly made $100,000 that year. According to the document, it was planned that Joshua would get a 25% pay raise in 2023, bringing his total amount to $125,000. With the planned 5% raise, Rachel's salary would have reached $200,000. Joan Lamb Weiss's youngest daughter, Rebecca, is a podcaster and contributor to Daystar. In 2022, it was reported that she received $100,000. Jonathan, her spouse, a yearly salary of $185,000, was paid to Weiss for his work as Israel liaison producer and director of estate planning. In 2023, Rebecca and Jonathan were both supposed to get 5% raises, bringing their salaries to $105,000 and $195,000, respectively, according to the documents. Keep in mind that salaries just show you a small fraction of the wealth that Joni Lamb and the Lamb family own. Approximately $11 million is the estimated value of the enormous real estate empire that Joni has built up. We will talk about it in the following piece.